Hi, this is Christina again. I was just remembering something that I learned early on. I do usually read a lot of books, mostly on wealth and wealth creation. What I've noticed in my own life is a lot of that stuff is helpful. A lot of it really works big time to help me create more income in my life. I was remembering something from somewhere that I'd heard. You shouldn't always like count on just one income. Some people say invest. That's helpful. There's different things you can invest in. Some people stack silver. Some people do the stock market. Some people have gold, gold bullion. Um, the wealth can come from all sorts of different places. That's what I realized. Um, more than one source of income is helpful, especially in this day and age. There's so many different things a person could do. They could write books. I've written books, gotten some sales from them. Um, but also, there's a lot of different ways you can get wealth coming into your life. Affirmations really do help. I'm not sure about things like always saying something like my income is constantly increasing unless I keep saying it and it works. Because I think it does work. I've been saying that more often. One thing I've said that's been helpful for me um, is saying I have more money than I know what to do with. Thing is, you technically sometimes are said that you have to believe the information at first or else it won't work. But if you keep repeating something, auto suggesting something in your mind, whether you're saying it out loud or in your mind, especially if you get emotionally involved in it, that happens quickly when you get emotionally involved, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just learning a lot of things. I worked with some coaches in my earlier videos. I was talking about some things they were telling me about ways to get rid of limiting self beliefs, limiting beliefs, and that stuff really does help. I probably ought to work on more of that myself. Again, like I did with my coaches from Achieve Today. I haven't worked with them in maybe about a year or so, but the stuff that they helped me with, I have a lot of it that I work with, and it's been helpful. Um, but I know it's really good to have more than one source of income. Um, Buy more assets than liabilities. Even if you may have a house, it could still be a liability, not an asset. A lot of people say that it's more of a liability because it costs you. That's why people say buy stocks, maybe even real estate, things like that. I haven't gotten into real estate, but I've gotten some other things done, and that's been helpful for me. But these are some things that have helped me along my journey in my life so far. They've helped me um, to accumulate some more other income coming in and things like that. Um, Even to have, like back there, you may see those little orange pieces of paper on my wall. Those are some different um, sayings and helpful things that are in my um, one of my books, one of my planners that I have that I paste on my wall. I usually look at those more often, to look at more often than not, and they help to reprogram my mind and focus on my vision. Not necessarily to get biblical, really necessarily, but like when it comes to affirmations or even just casual words, the Bible even states that life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's in Proverbs, I think Proverbs 10:21 or 10:19, I forget right offhand, but it's in Proverbs somewhere. Um, and those that use it shall eat the fruit thereof. Basically, and also it says you're justified by your words and you are condemned by your words. Say if you say I'm poor, I'm broke, then you're condemned by your words. I'm not going to say that about myself. I don't wish that upon anybody. That's not what people are supposed to be concerning life itself. This world is abundant. The universe is abundant. Um, so I wouldn't even worry about lacking anything. There's really no lack of money. There's more money printed every day is what I found out. Some people say there's only a trillion or $2 trillion left over from everyone having all their wealth and all their money, but there's money printed every day, says some people. And I think there's probably more money printed every day because every time I would turn around, there's new bills being printed. Like if you go to the bank or your credit union, wherever you want to go to save your money, you see crisp new $100 bills, you see crisp new $5, $10, $1 bills at the bank or at the credit union, and that's something that I've noticed. So I'm not trying to go on a rant here, but um, even when I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is one of the best books I've ever read, in the first place, one of the first personal development books I've read, they talk about buying assets as well instead of liabilities. Um, and even savings bonds are good, but I've heard investment grade bonds are better. I haven't really looked into those, but I can find a place that has those and look into those. But you have to really be around the right people, not have the negative influences coming in your ears all the time. Um, do what you can to get rid of your negative limiting beliefs that may have been programmed into you. Probably not, and not purposely, I guess. I hope not purposely, but get rid of those. This is one of my earlier videos. I show you about that. Some different tips on the law of attraction, but and anyway, also there was one of the older teachers of the law of attraction, more earlier teachers of the law of attraction, or even of maybe mind science, that tell you a man is what he thinks about all day long, and you become what you think about. So I'm working on that more often than not, but you have to find a way to tune out, even be by yourself more often if you are not always going to be surrounded by the people that you know are better people for you to be around. Get a mentor. I haven't gotten a mentor yet, but I'm not sure where I should go to find a mentor, but you have to get yourself out of a negative environment permanently. Put yourself in a positive environment so that you can get yourself to the point where you can really shine and do your reprogramming of your subconscious mind, not allowing any negative people or things to um, program you with their mess. I've learned that a lot. Most times by myself sometimes. But when I do get around more people, it's more positive. I don't stay in the house all day. I have other things. I have to have a business. I have books to write. I have other videos I've done. I may not have gotten as many views all the time, but I don't know everything of all the reasons why. Some people tell me some reasons why they think I haven't gotten as many views if I'm watching their videos. But I'd really rather be original. But some things I learned on my own that are helpful, and these are some things I've learned. Something original outside of what I've done with the different other things I've done. But sorry about this video being so long, but hope this helps somebody. Because I've always wanted to help people more often. I've always wanted to do what I was put on this earth to do, and I haven't gotten a chance to do everything yet. But there's a lot of different things that can be said for working on different things that you know that are your dreams. And I'm working on more of my dreams. But you can't allow yourself to be knocked down and stay down, or to get sidetracked by negative and evil influences around you, by the negative and evil things that are happening in the world. I usually don't watch the news anymore. Like I said before, I think maybe been about 2 weeks since I really watched the news and actually paid attention to that. Maybe I have something from Yahoo coming up on my screen sometimes like I do now. But that's about all the news I usually get more often. I do know more of what's going on in the world at different times. One, because of Yahoo. But I don't really watch a news broadcast anymore because I know it's been more negative. I get the weather from online. So it's helpful to surround yourself with more positive influences, more positive music, more positive people, and that's what I'm working on right now as I'm talking and making this video. So this is a different type of video, a bit more, little different, bit more different, not from the same type of law of attraction stuff. Not something everyone else is doing. But there's a lot of different things a person can do to bring in more money. Some people say be a content creator. Some people say more investing, like say a Warren Buffett or something like that, or be an inventor. But do what makes you happy is one thing that is helpful. Find a funny movie to watch, laugh. Do something fun. Treat yourself to something good, something healthy. It doesn't have to be something expensive. Sometimes I was taking myself out to dinner or something like that every so often or whatever. But that's helpful. That is its place, but I've learned to take care of my inner self. Like some people call it inner bank balance or emotional bank balance. Some people call you inner man or inner self. To do more to make myself happy, to raise my vibrational frequency more often, and not be in a negative space on the inner self, because they say as within, so without, as above, so beneath. But that's true, because whatever you have in your outside world, whatever is like reflecting whatever you're focusing on in your inner self, your mind, your consciousness, creates your reality more than anything is what I found. So, excuse me, sorry. Um, just had dinner. Actually, just had some spinach, with some carrots. But it's helpful for you to focus on what's positive, what's helpful, whomever's positive in your life. If you have friends that are in a negative space more often, you have to pull away from that more often. Maybe not like right away unless you really know it's really damaging to you, but you have to find a new circle of friends or find someone positive. Find a meetup club from meetup.com or something else to work on. Something that you can go to do, even if it's just a rock concert or a rap concert or something positive. I mean, something positive for you. Whatever you consider to be good and positive, I will work on that. For me, sometimes it's my artwork. Sometimes it's, a lot of the times nowadays, just making these videos, other things as well. Laughing at funny movies, funny TV shows, self-care is also a big part of it. So I just wanted to make this video to talk about different things that I've learned on my journey that's been helpful to me. And if you found this video helpful, if you liked it, leave a comment below, like, subscribe. If you didn't like, you can even leave a thumbs down, but it's up to you. Be original is what I've learned. I'm not trying to be like someone else. Everyone is priceless. Everyone has got their own special ways about them, whether they're quirky, whether they're silly or goofy. Everyone is important in the world, so I would go from that. And, all right, take care.